morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Market cap showing 385, hodling 8,000, pretty good. Ethereum up to 800. Bitcoin Cash had a surprising rally. So Neo's over 100 as well. So there's a few things I want to touch on today. I want to touch on, real quick, my top 5 hodl video. Keep in mind that those are core positions. So if I was starting out, that's not how I would diversify. That's where I hedge against. So in crypto, you got to hedge somewhere, right? Like you can hedge in life, right? You can hedge in gold, stocks, real estate, yada yada. In crypto, right? You have money that you want to store away, that you just want to appreciate, but you're not expecting these crazy gains. So that's why I hedge my stuff. And the funny thing is, I actually probably hold more Bitcoin on average than any other coin, because that's what I use to buy stuff. So to put it on a number, it's just weird, because I always have a lot of Bitcoin, but I'm not holding it as a store value. I'm using it as a currency to buy other coins. So I have some Bitcoin that I store, and then I just kind of by virtue always have more because I always need some. I'm never without spending. I always like to have ammo in Bitcoin, because when the prices in BTC go wild, it's always nice to have. Right now, seems like a lot of things. Civic's doing nice. That's great. Wow, $6 BTC. It's not up that much in USD, but it's getting up there in the BTC value, which is obviously important. So yeah, that wasn't the video to get your 100x gains. It's not like, and neither was it my top 5 favorite coins or anything like that. It was just the top 5 safest coins to hodl, and that's the way I look at them when I'm storing value. I have a couple of gems, a couple of low market cap coins for you. 10 mil sound low enough for you? You know, to get to 100 mil, that's a 10x. A lot of people want to look for a true 100x, you have to look at the market cap. It starts with the market cap, guys. If you want a true 100x, coming from a guy who's 100x a couple times, you have to look at the realistic and the market cap. So I'm going to get into those 2 coins later, and I'll break down how to find others like them. I want to get into something real quick, though. So something interesting thought came to me. What's the biggest thing that can really hurt Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole? You know, we have governments, you have FUD attacks, you got bans, you got regulations. What could be the worst thing? How I see it is, it's very interesting to realize where our balls are, or if you're a lady, I don't know what the equivalent would be, but where our vulnerability is, right? We want to buy crypto, but they take away the privilege. How do you buy crypto if the banks, right now the banks, it's a soft ban, meaning credit cards across the board are gone. I have had friends who are talking about having issues just trying to buy large amounts of cryptocurrency with their bank, regardless if it's credit card or not. I'm talking about with their own money, debit. Once they start, because that's what happened with poker, guys. The same thing happened with poker. They just would ban your account if you had a withdraw from a poker site, or if you deposited to a poker site. They would drop your account, even if it was your money. We're not talking credit. I can understand credit, right? It's not your money. You can't bitch about somebody who's lending you money. If they're like, dude, I don't want you to invest in something that might be risky with the money because you might owe it to me and leave. I can understand that. But what's going to happen, what could happen, right? That's another thing. A lot of people want to say, oh man, I told you so about the stock market crash, or I told you this or told you that. There's a 50-50 that you're right. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down. You have a good shot at being right. And the people who are wrong, you just brush it under the rug and then they fucking guess again next week. But I hire chart people. I have very professional chart people that really know what they're talking about, fucking PhDs and shit that really break this down. That's what I was talking about yesterday. Do you in life, do your strength, and people will fill in the gaps. When I first started, right, I just went aggressively at it and I found what I was good at. Always honing yourself every day, trying to get better in a little way. You don't know what you're getting better for. When I was working out and losing weight, I didn't know I was getting better at self-confidence, at not just self-confidence, but self-delivery, control. Realize that, hey, I have control over my life. I can do this. I can do other things. You don't really know what you're working towards as long as you're building yourself up. If you're making yourself better each and every day, you might think, well, what the fuck does working out have to do with crypto? There's parallels in life with everything you do if you're improving. Once you're improving, it's like a snowball effect. It's like a FOMO. It's like a pump, because then your whole body starts to fucking go at it. You start to really, improve in all things in life. You start to get confident. You start to go after things that you never even thought you could possibly do. And that's why I always say step number one is get your body right. Get the mind right. The money will follow. Enjoy the process. Enjoy it as if you had $1 billion, or if you had nothing. It doesn't matter. If you're breathing, you got some sunshine, you listen to my ass ramble. It's a pretty good fucking day, in my opinion. And so if the banks really do close down our access, think of the power. Think of the power they have. They have so much power over us because they can literally block it to where no one can get in. That's why it's very important for as much money to get into cryptocurrency as possible to make it sustaining. Because if they cut off the access, how do you send the money? You really realize how powerless you are. You're like, man, I had this quote unquote value, this money in my account, but I want to buy something that I feel I should. It's not drugs. It's not bad. But yet they're not allowing me with my own money. Now what do I do? Because there's no alternative. There's no other system. You're stuck in this system. That's why it's important to have other systems. That's why it's not just about, if you're doing what's right, in your opinion, it's going to give you extra motivation. You're going to fight a little harder. And when you fight a little harder, the coins fall into bags, guys. That's the funny thing about life. Everyone wants to pre-plan the path. How I got to where I got, I couldn't have fucking planned. It was just attacking day in and day out. There was no plan. There was no, I'm going to do this to get this. No, it was just all out, fuck it, man. I'm tired of being on the sidelines. I'm tired of being fucking looked over and not getting what I think I deserve. I'm just going to go viciously grab it. And imagine if you have that kind of mentality and you can't even get into crypto. Like, yeah, I know people. I can buy cryptocurrencies through Skype groups, yada, yada, yada. And I can, do different things to get it that way, right? Like Poker Stars, yada, yada, yada. There's different outlets if I ever needed to get it. But for the common person, you're fucked, right? You're fact. You have no access to get into cryptocurrency. And it's a very interesting thing to think about. That's why it's very important to get as much money in as possible because right now we're just such a small speck. And people want to say, and that's another thing, people want to say that everyone's in crypto, but I beg to differ, because gold's a $7 trillion market. That's just gold. What about commodities? What about all of the, there's so many markets that have trillions and trillions and trillions and trillions. It makes this a little speck. We're the bottom little pea on a dish with steak and potatoes. We're one little pea. You got a steak, you got a potato for a vegan person, you got a turkey burger. No, I guess that's not vegan. You got a vegan burger, there you go. And you got some fries, you got all this, you got the whole thing. We're one little pea, that's all we are. And to think that we've had our fill, I think this is just the beginning. I think one of the biggest things is access. How do you get into these markets? There's going to be somebody that's going to come along and fix that issue. I'm not sure how the fuck you do it. I'm not sure how you do it. But somebody's going to fix that and they'll become billionaires. They're going to be absolutely very, very rich. Also, sorry for the Slack messages. I know people probably been messing me. Slack has just been messing up. I don't know what the problem is. So I'm going to do something about that today. See if I can't figure something out. But moving right along, I did promise 2 coins. So I'll jump into them real quick. What are we at the time? All right. The first one, all right, so if you're looking for small cap coins, we're looking for small cap coins, right? Somebody wants the 100x. Because when I first started out, I didn't have any, I had Bitcoin, but then I was 100% altcoins when I first started. And I stayed 100% in riskier altcoins. The lower market cap you get, usually the lower liquidity, and you determine risk usually by liquidity, right? Because if it's liquid, if it's illiquid, you can't get out. If it's liquid, at least you have a chance. You can sell for loss, you can sell for gain, whatever. So the smaller it gets, the more forgotten it, not forgotten, but the more unknown, right? And I go down. If you're looking for a true 10x or 100x, people are looking at 100 million dollar market cap or something, and they're looking for the 100x. And it's like, well, that's a lofty goal. If you want a true 100x in this day and age, and it's very hard to find, man. These coins you have to really, really dig deep. I'm lucky enough that I'm in a position now that people bring me coins. They bring me information. I'm privileged enough to be able to afford to pay people to do charts and all this good stuff. Because whatever you want to say, yeah, charts are good, but they don't control the news. However, they can tell you the sentiment. Like it's good to have. There's an edge, right? I take all edges. I don't care what it is. Like you can listen to all these crazy ways to do things. I take every inch, every little bit I can. So I definitely listen to my chart people. And sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, of course. But it's at least nice to know what they're thinking, because that's a large crowd of people. And I like to get into the heads of what's going on, right? The vibe. It's very easy to overlook that aspect. What people are actually thinking, the people buying it. And it's really good because how you do that is you reach into different crowds, right? You reach into each crowd and you kind of try to get into the mainstream and see what they're thinking. So back to finding these coins. Now, this is the area I'm fishing. If I'm setting a lure, if I'm looking for something fat, I might come down here. I'm tired of looking, so we're going to get into the first one. Hacking. Let's see what the market cap is. That sucks. So yesterday the market cap, so I was going to show you some coins around 10 million. The market cap yesterday was actually under 10 million at one point, around 10 million when I thought to add this to the list. I did not look at it today. Still very cheap, obviously, but always nicer to get the 10 million on the dot. So I'd probably set some lures. They're still not on any great exchanges. Rumors have it that they're about to get on a new exchange. Should be a good one. And it's just so overlooked in an aspect where everything is getting hacked. Every single time I wake up, I hear some kind of hack somewhere. It's absolutely absurd. And I really like QuantStamp. I'm not going to lie, I like QuantStamp. It's ERC20. I'm not sure if they're going to expand or not. But the one problem was, man, I was in contact with them, right? Because even no matter what, I like to get in touch with the CEO. I was talking to. I know it's busy. I tried to whitelist. I sent in my info. I thought I was good. I go, no, I'm not whitelisted. I was like, what? So yeah, sorry, there was some kind of glitch. Yada yada. It's like, all right, man. I had heard about hacking around the same time, and I was on the fence, and I was like, all right, well, fuck this. I'm just going to go for hacking. I was going to get into them both either way, but I love my small cap coins. In a sea where there's just so many coins, I know I fucked up and said trillions at one time. It's pretty funny, but this one's only 5.6 mil. That's absolutely insane. If you're talking about the supply. So what's going to be good with hacking is getting hacking proof. So pretty soon, in my opinion, what I envision on these exchanges, you're going to have a little stamp and it's going to say hacking proof. Meaning it was thoroughly attacked by white hat hackers, and they brought back their progress report and they showed, hey, they're good. Why in the hell would exchanges, because before there wasn't something like this. But now that there's something like this exists, and you can hire them. Exchanges can hire them right now. This isn't some in the future thing. Why wouldn't you hire a reputable, right? They have big, John McAfee's behind them. I don't care what you think about him, but they're very reputable. I know these guys. Very, very hard workers. Oh no, going over. Gonna have to speed it up, guys. So yeah, in a sea of when everybody's getting hacked, their motto is, we will hack you. White hat hackers. I love the name, hacking. I just think it's a beautiful thing with the logo. I think it has a chance that when some of these bigger exchanges start to hire them for their services, these coins are going to go up in value, because guess who has to buy them? The exchanges, right? If you want to hire them, you're going to have to use hacking. So, just watch out. Depending on the market they're about to get in on, could be a huge gainer. What was the other one? Okay, so I had a few, but I'm going to just go ahead and kill it on this one, on G Social. Now, this one's a 6 million, right? That's so fucking low. If you're talking about 100x, that's almost a 200x. This is a 150x if we can get to where we're trying to go. But at least a clean 10x to get to 100 mil. Well over 10x to get to 100 mil. Like I said, I'm not saying anything's gonna happen. These are risks, right? If you can invest in these small cap coins and they were always 10 and 100x, we'd live in la la land and everyone can have candy canes and be happy. But this is real life and these are risks, right? You get lower volume. They just got on Cryptos, not a terrible exchange. It shows that this is actually a hard exchange to get on. And it just shows that it's a legit coin. And it's a legit business. It actually is in Delaware. So it's not some, they're not going anywhere. They've been around since 2014. They've had a product well before, their ICO. And now they're going into a privacy-based, it's Facebook. It's like private Facebook. It's Facebook where your data never can be seen or stolen. Your messages are always encrypted. Your file sharing is encrypted. You can have time-deleted messages. Everything you ever wanted out of Snapchat or anything else is going to be wound in here. And we're going after Telegram because you're going to have Telegram-like rooms built into ICO pages. I can speak on this now because I don't give a fuck if somebody steals the idea because we're already there. It's better. The ONG is about to, and I always say we because I always feel like I'm a part of the team no matter what I'm invested in, right? Because I only usually talk about what I'm invested in, guys. If I didn't invest in it, it means I probably didn't do enough research and or I don't like it. Or I do like it and I'm performing Zen moves, right? I Zen move left and right. I really like the Icon, Chain, Ion Alliance. I thought that was fucking super gangster, but I passed on it. Zen move, hashtag, right? Sometimes you have to let it burn to prove to yourself that you're not just, you're not results oriented, that you're in it for the process, not the results. The results you can't control. The only thing that controls the results is the process. So if you want to have any kind of impact on your overall end results, you have to start today with the process today, right? So if we're talking about these undercap coins, here you go. Facebook on the blockchain, going to have the upvoting system like Steam it, but it's going to be unique. I can't get into too much. You can become a beta. It's being built, guys. When I open the hood, I hear the tinkering. The gnomes in there, clink, clack, clink, clack. Things are getting done. So very, very high on ONG. You can find me on there. Go to the website. They have a website. You can sign up right now. They just did a new makeover, about to do another one. App, yada, yada, yada. All this is about to come out. And I'll be giving out whale up votes, right? Because this is one that, hey, I'm a crazy bastard. You know what's funny? I don't consider illiquid coins, so coins that don't have a million or more, not a million, 10 million or more 24-hour volume consistently, I consider them illiquid to me. Now, I have altcoins that are valued greater than my biggest holdings because I really like to go big on these. Because I realize if I can hit just one, I just have to hit fucking one of these, that's all, right? So if I go big enough and I hit, it's done. It dwarfs everything. I win. Everything else could fail. Everything else can go to zero. But if I can hit one of these home runs with one of these low cap coins, hallelujah, this thing get to a couple billion one day. Anything's possible, right? Facebook's a big market. I think people prefer their privacy. They're going to make it easier to switch over from Facebook onto ONG. Also, rumors. I'm not even going to get to the rumors. A lot of good stuff forming on ONG. I wish I could talk about it all, but yeah, excited about it. Circulating supply, I've already told about this. Majority of this is not owned by the team at all. This is going to be locked up for 20 years, and the rest is going to be used to mint ICO pages. More on that later, but these coins are only going to the people or locked up. Most of this is not, no one can touch. So the circulating supply is very, very low because it turned out to be a very, very low ICO, right? They didn't sell as many coins, but that's fine. They got over the mill they wanted. Plus, Ethereum happened to raise in price during that time. So they're fine. Couple of other funding deals, but they're fine. So, yeah, just good. I guess I'm going to kill it here. I'm over time. Cheers. Peace.